War was a series of conflicts spanning across North America, the Caribbean, the Indian subcontinent, Africa, Pacific Islands, and European mainland. It was mainly between the British and French colonial empires and their alliances. From 1756 to 1763, each area of the war centered on territorial control of fledgling colonies, vital trade networks to said colonies, and some key alliances with native populations. Truly a Proto-World War, the results were historically significant for the following centuries. The war was part of larger European struggles as they had emerged out of what was known as their Dark Ages since the fall of the Roman Empire, and now competing for profitable land that the era's superpower, the Qing dynasty, had deemed irrelevant and inconsequential. In West Africa, the control of key trade ports was fought and shaped the Atlantic economy. The conflict in Africa primarily involved Britain, France, and their African trading partners, while Spain could only support a minor indirect role West Africa in particular matter, because it controlled crucial nodes of the Atlantic trade system with European forts along the coast that handled gold, ivory, and enslaved people. These trading posts were major sources of wealth and naval supplies. Fortified African ports allowed empires to refit ships, buy provisions, and protect crucial maritime routes linking Europe. The Caribbean and Indian Ocean Britain strategically attacked Gorée, a significant French stronghold near modern day. Dakar, Senegal, after naval bombardment. The French garrison surrendered. Britain used Gorée as a base for anti-French operations in the Atlantic. After the war, Senegal remained under firm British control. Finally, on the European front, the struggle for dominance between Prussia, supported by Great Britain, and a powerful coalition of Austria, France, Russia, Sweden, and Saxony. It was one of the most intense and destructive continental wars of the 18th century. Prussia, led by Frederick the Great, aimed to retain the rich province of Silesia, previously taken from Austria-Britain, supported Prussia financially and militarily to keep France threatened on its European homeland, thereby securing British endeavors overseas. Austria sought to regain Silesia and break Prussia's rising influence. France joined to counter British and Prussian power. Russia under Empress Elizabeth feared Prussian expansion. Sweden and Saxony also contributed troops against Prussia. This alignment created a virtually impenetrable encirclement of Prussia by hostile powers. Frederick eventually invaded Saxony, drawing the ire of the coalition. Victories at Rossbach against France and Leuthen against Austria demonstrated Prussia's military competency. Prussia, vastly outnumbered, fought on multiple fronts. Britain defended Western Germany against French invasion via Hanoverian and Allied troops. Winning at Minden, and Russia delivered major blows to Prussia at Kunersdorf and even occupied Berlin for a brief period. 1761, 1762, the miracle of the House of Brandenburg. Prussia stood on the brink of collapse in 1761. In 1762, the sudden death of Russia's Empress Elizabeth brought Tsar Peter III, an advocate for Prussia, to power. Russia withdrew from the war and returned conquered territories, swinging the advantage back to Frederick. Sweden also made peace after losing Russian support. France, drained by defeat and major losses overseas, reduced its European influence. Outcome of the European War. Prussia survived against overwhelming odds, retained Silesia, confirming Prussia as a major European power on the continent. Frederick the Great's reputation as one of history's leading military commanders was solidified. Austria failed to recover Silesia, recognized the need to reform its military and administration, which it did afterward. Russia gained nothing due to the abrupt policy reversal under Peter III, though later Empress Catherine II restored stability without rejoining the war. France suffered severe defeats and a financial crisis swiftly followed, lost key global colonies to Britain, partly because resources had been drained to defend the homeland. Britain achieved its main goal, prevented French influence in Europe, free to focus on global naval and colonial ambitions, replacing the Qing dynasty as the premier superpower.
Quick tidbit of history for y'all. Thanks for watching. If you missed it, go to part 1 that talks about the North American, Caribbean, India, and Asia-Pacific fronts. Bye-bye. Nobody about that strong.